Hi everyone, this is Callie. Welcome to another video using Simon Says Stamp products. I am using the new Heart Pains cover plate die and creating a quick and colorful card for today's video. As you can see, there's no coloring involved, no ink blending, so this card's going to go by super quick and easy. Introducing the Heart Pains cover plate die here. It is a die that is an A2 size, so it cuts perfectly to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I have a bunch of different cardstock colors that I pulled out here. And if you're interested in a sample pack, Simon Says Stamp has an A2 size assorted card fronts pack, so you can get a nice sampling of all of the colors, and it's perfect for projects like this. So now that we have all of our colors die cut, I cut a color for every section on this card to create a rainbow card. And as you can see, there's a piece missing from each of these panels. And that's because I went and filmed a whole video and decided I did not like the process for how I created this card. So I started over, and because you can mass produce with these panels because there's one piece for each of the colors, I went ahead and created a second card, and I can use the remaining pieces for a third, fourth, fifth card if I have time. So I saved all the pieces and can mass produce later. Anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm trimming a 1/4 inch off all of the sides. This is going to allow me to have a white border all the way around my card. You know I like that. It's a Laura Fedora and Kathy Zilski thing as well. So it's important to us to have that white nice border. But if it's not important to you, you can skip this step and save yourself lots of time. Thankfully, when I die cut this Heart Pains cover plate, most of the pieces stayed in place. So I was able to go ahead and use some see-through tape to hold all the pieces together while I trim each of these panels. Okay, so once I'm done trimming all of my colorful panels, I'm also going to trim a white panel to size so that it can be easy for me to line up all of the pieces from the colorful panels to my white panel with the spacing. It's going to make sense in a little bit. But the heart, I'm going to pull to the side because I'm going to use that color for the heart at the center. So I'm going to start with orange. I went ahead and put some foam adhesive onto the back of the piece that I want to adhere down for my starting placement. And now that I have my first starting piece down, I can go all the way around with the other colorful pieces, leaving a small gap in between so that it matches the original negative or positive of the original die. If you don't want to use a lot of foam, surely you can die cut more white cardstock or colorful cardstock to stack underneath each of these pieces for dimension. I didn't want to do more die cutting, so I'm using some foam tape, but it's completely up to you. So the first card that I made, I went ahead and did this very same thing, but I didn't trim all the sides. So when I went to chop it in my guillotine trimmer, it didn't cut right. So I was upset with myself because I felt like I messed up an entire card, and I didn't want to share that process with you with jagged edges on the ends. So that's why I restarted my card. And I'm so glad I did because I feel like this way is a lot easier, and that's the way I wanted to share it with you. So we have a rainbow of colors all the way around our card, and I did have to trim off the edge of the pink color, but because that white panel underneath is already trimmed to size, it's easier for me to chop off just the pink and not 2 layers of cardstock with foam in between, which would create that jagged mess that I did on my first card. So now I have the red heart, and we're going to stamp a sentiment using the Love You Greetings. It's such a great set, and it does have coordinating dies. So it doesn't have to fit inside this heart. I just happen to select a sentiment that does fit inside, and I'm going to emboss it in white. I did use a little bit of adhesive on the back of that piece of heart cardstock to hold it in place in the MISTI. So instead of pulling it straight up, which could bend your cardstock, I just showed a easy and soft twisting of the heart off the MISTI. So just a tip there for you. And then I'm using the cute little hot hands that are new from Simon Says Stamp. They are larger than tweezers, and they have silicone ends, so they just grip onto your paper really well while you're using a heat tool. So I can't finish a card here without adding some sequins. I'm using the new Hugs sequin mix, and I'm just going to add some dabs of glue and then attach my sequins to this card. And then last but not least, I am just gonna attach my card to a card base with that beautiful white, crisp, clean border, and that finishes my card for today. I hope you enjoyed this process. I know it's a very quick and easy card, but you can mass produce this so easily, and that's why I have this second card, and I'm gonna be creating more using the extra pieces that I have. If you're interested in any of the supplies and tools that I used for today's card, be sure to check out the links below as everything will be linked for your convenience. Thanks so much for stopping by and have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.